Hello everyone! Today we are talking about the 4 steps that every viewer must take before they buy. Now we talked about this yesterday, but I just told you what the steps were and I didn't tell you how to do them. So today I'm going to be walking you through the 4 steps again, but this time I'm going to tell you what it takes to get each of those steps accomplished. But before we do that, I have a really important thing that I need to do with you first, and that is tell you a joke. So here's my joke. Why did the cow cross the road? If you're catching me live, give me a hashtag live and drop into the comments if you think you know. If you're catching the replay, drop a hashtag replay and drop in the comments if you think you know why the cow crossed the road. I'm going to wait just a beat in case anyone has an answer. All right, ready for the drum roll? To get to the other side. Yes, I know that is a terrible joke, but it is also funny because it actually goes with what we're talking about today, which is the 4 steps that every viewer must take before they buy. And some of you are now asking yourselves this question. What do cows have to do with YouTube? What do cows have to do with getting viewers to buy? And so today I'm going to give you my cow framework so that you know exactly how to get people to buy when you are using YouTube, video, marketing in general. What do you need to do? So the very first thing that you need to do, and we talked about this yesterday, is you need to make sure that you have a no-brainer low ticket offer. And when you do that, your cows that are sitting over here not doing a darn thing for you are going to cross the road, get to the other side where they can make you money. Now, so the first thing is you must have a low ticket, no-brainer offer. And we talked yesterday about the fact that you need an offer and why. So if you missed it, go back and watch the video from yesterday. But the first thing that you must do is you must have a low ticket, no-brainer offer. Now the low ticket part is negotiable, although I do find it is very successful to use a low ticket offer, especially on YouTube. But you need to have a no-brainer offer regardless of whether or not it's low ticket. Now, before we continue on with this cow scenario, I want to kind of give you the illustration here. So I want you to imagine that there are 4 cows that are sitting on this side of the road. And they're not going to cross by themselves. The way that you get them to cross the road is that you guide the first one, and then the rest of them will follow right over to the other side of the road, right? The other side of the road. And your job is to make that happen. So how would you do it with cows? Well, first, you're going to have a cowbell. So you're going to get their attention, right? So you're going to ring a noise. You're going to make a noise, and that's going to get their attention with a cowbell. Then, to get their attention even more and to get them to follow you, you're going to use a feed bucket. And you're going to hold the feed bucket in front of one cow, and all the cows are going to follow. And they're basically going to play like follow the leader. So let's call this cow tag, right? So they're going to follow each other across the road. And then the way that you keep them going is you have a nice, yummy hay bale on the other side of the road, okay? So this is the same thing we're going to do with our audience. We are going to get the first person to pay attention. They are going to start to follow us. And then YouTube is going to show more cows, more people that we exist, and they'll start following because the first one followed us. And then you have to have something really enticing to get them to cross the road. So that's what we're talking about today. So the first thing that you need to have is you need to have a no-brainer offer. And once you have a no-brainer offer, you're going to get that cow to start walking across the road. Then the next thing you need to focus on is you need to make sure that when you're putting videos out, you are using terms and phrases that people will actually search for, because search is going to be one of the best ways to plan an evergreen style of business. Meaning, you make the video today and it delivers not just today, not tomorrow, not just a week from now, not just a month from now, but a year from now and even 6 years from now. And the way that you're going to do that, be search friendly, is you are going to make sure that your audience sees you. Okay, so we talked yesterday about how your audience has to know you exist. The way they're going to know that you exist is they search and your video comes up. And the reason that happens is because you use the right keywords and SEO. And this actually looks backwards to me. I have no idea if it's backwards to you guys. If it is, I'm so sorry, but I'm telling you what it says, so you should still be okay. The right keywords and SEO. So if someone's going to be using search, you need to be optimized for that search, which is search engine optimization. One of the ways we do that on YouTube is by making sure we're using the right words that your audience is actually looking for. So how do we get people to see your videos? How do we get this cow to cross the road? We use the right search terms. We lean into the evergreen nature of a search engine like YouTube. And then this cow will also cross the road and get you to start making money. Now, the next cow I want to talk about is the click cow. And yesterday we talked about how if your people do not know that you exist, they will not buy your offer. We talked about if they do not click your videos to watch what you have to say, they will not buy your offer. So getting them to click is obviously very, very important. So how do we do that? Well, we have attention-grabbing thumbnails and or attention-grabbing intros, because sometimes, like on mobile, they may not actually see the thumbnail, but they will see the very beginning of your video. And if it is interesting, they will watch it. So attention-grabbing thumbnails / attention-grabbing intros is how we get the click. And once we can get the click, this cow will go to the other side of the road where you can actually start to make money. The last cow that we have got to get across the road is the watch cow. And so we talked yesterday about how if someone doesn't watch your video, they're not going to know what your offer is and they're not going to buy it. So that's why the watch cow is important. But how do we get them to watch? Well, we have a good video that holds attention. We have a video that is interesting enough that they want to watch the whole thing. And that is how we get the watch cow to cross the road to the other side of the road where you can actually make money. Now, when you get all 4 of these cows, your click cow, your offer cow, your watch cow, and your C cow, which spells cows, to cross the road, that is when you can actually make money. And that is our goal, is to get these cows to cross the road to the other side where you can make money. So what is our takeaway today? Aside from the fact that I'm awesome and use the best signs ever, and you've never heard anyone else talk about YouTube using cows as a metaphor. But the takeaway is that you need to be intentional and make sure that you are hitting these 4 points using the things we've talked about: keywords and SEO, search engine optimization, thumbnails, good videos, and I forgot what the last one was. What did I miss? Sorry. Oh, a low ticket, no brainer offer. Of course, you have to have a good offer. You need to make sure you have those 4 things if you want to be successful using YouTube or any type of marketing, really, to sell your offers and get people to allow you to help them. So your call to action this week is to think about those 4 things: how to get them to see with keywords, search engine optimization, how to get them to click with great thumbnails and intros, how to get them to watch by holding their attention and being interesting, and how to have the best offer that's actually going to get them to buy after they watch your video. Think about those 4 things and be honest with yourself. Which of them do you have? Which of them do you not have? And then get started. The place that I would start if you don't have it is with your offer. Once you have your offer figured out, then you can work on keywords. Once you have that figured out, then you need to work on thumbnails. And then finally, after those 3 pieces are done, you can start working on scripting and having a good video. But until those 3 pieces are done, you could have the best video in the world. It could go viral. You could have 1 million people watch it. If you don't have an offer, it will be a wasted effort. All of those people will watch you and then never come back. You don't want that. So start with your offer, then work on your keywords and your SEO to know how to get people to find you. Then you can work on your feed bucket or your thumbnails. And finally, you can work on making sure you have a great video. But the great video actually comes after everything else. I know that sounds insane, but it's true. Go back and look at my first videos from when I first started doing videos. They are terrible. The only way they got better is because I kept doing them. And that is what you will see for every single person using video. No matter whether they're a business owner or an entertainer, their first videos suck. You have to get those crappy videos out so that you can move on. So that's not where we start. We don't start with trying to make sure we're the best video person in the world. We start with making sure we have the stuff so that when we have really good videos, we actually get a response from them. We actually get people to buy. We actually get people to want to be with us, right? So that was our lesson for today. The 4 steps every viewer must take before they buy. I want to remind you who I am. My name is Elise Michelle. I help business owners do less of the businessy things like building websites, automations, systems, video. Like, I help you to spend less time on those things so that you have more time on the things that you love. That is my 100% goal. I've called myself a story and system strategist. I'm a teacher. I'm an action taker. I'm a doer. I'm all those things. And this month, which is November, which is my birthday month, is the biggest sale and most fun time of the year for me every single year. And my goal is always to give back as much as possible. So with that in mind, there is a link in the description of this video and in the chat that takes you to the daily giveaway entry. November 28th, which is Black Friday, I will be doing a giveaway. And in order to get in that drawing, you have to click the button, click the little link and go fill out the form and submit it. And then you'll be entered in the drawing. And the more times you do that, so the more days that you click the link, because it changes every day, the more entries you will have. And when I do that drawing, the person who wins is going to get to join me for an entire year of help and support. They will get to join me for the Video Biz cohort, which is my signature program where I help people do it themselves, but I help them do it faster and easier because I help them understand how to do it better. And it is called the Video Biz cohort, so we do have a focus around video and YouTube, but you can come in there and ask any business questions that you have. We meet once a week for 2 hours where you can come in and ask your questions. And then we have a monthly training and a monthly challenge to help hold you accountable and help you take the steps that are necessary to be successful in your business. So it's a little about me, a little bit about what we're doing. Make sure you come and join us. We only have a week left of this challenge. Actually, not even a week, 6 days left of this challenge, of this daily training. So come back tomorrow for the training, get the giveaway entry, and I can't wait to see who wins. There's so many amazing people have come and joined us throughout this, and I can't wait to see who's going to be joining me for the next year to get help with their business. I am so incredibly glad that we get to live our dreams together every single day, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, our training is going to be at 1 p.m. Central Time instead of 4:30 p.m. Central Time. So it's going to be at a slightly different time. It is listed that way on all of the stuff, YouTube, my social media, email, etc. But it is different. Every other day we've done 4:30, but tomorrow I have to do 1. So tomorrow 1 p.m. and then the rest of the day is 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Hope to see you then. I'm so glad we get to live our dreams together every single day. Bye.